Hi Aries, welcome or welcome back. It's good to see you. Let's see what messages Spirit has for you today. This is a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. Also be sure to check out the description box where I will leave some journal prompts for you based on this reading. Okay, we got one flying out here. We've got the Hermit. Okay, put that there. I am using the Green Menagerie Tarot for you today. All right, let's pull a couple more. We're going to get all your tarot cards out first, and then I will pull an oracle card at the very end to act as a closing message for you. External experience, please. External experience. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Six of Wands with the Hierophant. And then one more. The Empress. Ooh. Okay, so just right off the bat, just taking these in and kind of like in a big, broad, big picture kind of a way. I am hearing you're forging your own path. You're reassessing something, and you're coming to terms with a new path that you're being called to walk. Okay, so the Empress represents the kind of overarching big picture experience that you're currently moving through. This is all about, obviously, divine feminine energy, creation energy, butterfly energy is coming through for you as well, which is all about transformation. I'm hearing the delicacy of personal truth. So the Hermit is representing your internal experience right now. So this is deep, profound levels of introspection and inner work, exploring yourself, coming to understand yourself, finding new personal truths. And then the Six of Wands and the Hierophant is your external experience. So what you're dealing with in your external reality, right? I feel almost like you're coming up against something. You're tapping into, I'm hearing reservoirs of pain, actually. That's what's channeling through. Hang on a second. Give me a second. Okay, it's almost like because you've stepped into such a high level of personal power, it's like you're dipping into what real personal power looks like. Because of that, or as a reaction to that, you're also running up against what would stop you or prevent you from staying there, from maintaining it. I feel like you are just called, whether this is related to your career, a business, or it's just the way you live your life in general, it's the way you engage in relationships, I'm not sure. It just feels like you're here to forge your own path. And I mean, Aries is associated with the statement, I am. I am. It's ego in the best, most exalted sense. This is me, right? You are here to forge your own path. So you're taking a closer look within yourself at exactly what that path is, because your path unfolds and unfurls from within you. You are your own path, right? You cannot find it out there. You tap into it in here. So you're telling me, I see what my truth is. I see what my truth is. I know what it is. I'm connected to it. And to some extent, you're already walking it, right? And I want to keep going. And that incites a certain degree of pride, a feeling of success, a feeling of victory. It's like you are recognizing yourself on a deeper level, and maybe other people around you are recognizing you as well. Six of Wands is essentially a feeling of success, personal pride, right? But it came out with the Hierophant, which is about tradition, the traditional way of doing things. This is how it's always been done, and therefore it will always be done in this way. And you're standing over here in your power, kind of starting to do your own thing, and you're like, dang, I'm gonna have to face the part of myself that says that if I am going to keep walking my own path, if I'm going to stay committed to creating my own way rather than just following a path that has been pre-paved for me by society, by family, by whatever, culture, who knows, the company I work for, whatever. If I'm going to create my own path, it's not just about fending off or defending yourself against the external voices. It's really all about meeting the part of you that is the Hierophant, the part of you that says, ugh, I should just do the safe thing. I should just do the safe thing. I should just do the known thing. It's better to be safe than sorry. I shouldn't take so many risks. Right? All that kind of stuff. Okay. This is a big deal. All right. So, let's see. I just want to clarify that Empress. Tell me a little bit more about the path or the life that Aries is here to create. And something about the Empress is just telling me the resolution, the answer, the solution to whatever you're moving through is to, I almost want to say, fight fire with water, or to fight for yourself and your truth from a more feminine embodiment. And I think one of the most recent readings I did for you, I don't know if it was the last one or the time before, it was something about being more in an embodiment of water. So I feel like this is kind of a continuation of that. It's like you don't fight the Hierophant by becoming the Hierophant. You become the antidote. You become the antidote. You become the medicine. And you don't become the medicine by becoming the thing that made you sick in the first place, or the thing that made people sick in the first place. I hope that makes sense. That's what's coming through, at least. I'm just hearing become the antidote. So fight fire with water rather than fighting fire with fire, you know. Clarify the Empress. What is the path that Aries is here to create, forge, follow, fuel? I'm hearing, ooh, the High Priestess. Yep, that's water. That's divine feminine. We've got pure divine feminine. Whoa, the Sun. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. Yes. Oh my gosh. This is totally about if somebody comes at you or a part of you arises that has this kind of energy, like it's my way or the highway. This is the way it's always been done. whatever, like tradition, domineering, very, very potentially misaligned masculine, you could say, for lack of a better word. You meet that by softening. You soften into it. You meet it with feminine. You come at it from a place of joy. And you come at it from the standpoint of, let's work together. That is the antidote. That is the antidote to a world, a society, a religion, a culture, or a single person who says it's my way or the highway. You meet it with understanding. You meet it with water. You meet it with intuition. You meet it with softness. You meet it from the embodiment of being connected to your own joy. You don't let them derail you or disconnect you from your own joy, right? And you do what they don't expect, which is to say, I hear you. Let's work together to figure out a solution that works for everybody. So, however that practically manifests, whether we're talking about a career path or the way you engage with your family or your friends or whatever, however this looks like, that's the way. That's the way forward for you. It's this divine feminine embodiment. So what's the challenge? What's the challenge that Aries is currently facing? Okay, I just have to say really quick. Just to be clear, this in no way, shape, or form means become a pushover. It's the exact opposite. It's the exact opposite. What's the challenge? 5 of Wands. Yeah. Yep. Page of Swords. The Emperor. Wow. Wow. Here it is. My way or the highway. Dang it. I've been the leader of this place for longer than you. I know better than you. I know more than you. You listen to me. This is like toxic, overbearing, kind of masculine energy, you could say, right? So I feel like just intuitively the challenge is that you're dealing with people arguing their truths at you and around you all the time. It feels very chaotic. It feels chaotic. And it feels like you're going to have to navigate, or you are currently navigating, a lot of, I'm hearing sticky situations. It's like flames. There's little fires everywhere that need to be put out. And it's not your responsibility to put them all out. What is your responsibility is how you choose to be in the face of them. You are the only thing you can control. Okay? But your embodiment of this glorious divine feminine energy, it's almost like being unshakable. Most people, when they're faced with such intense, overbearing fire energy and conflict, they either run away or they become it. They match it in order to cope. But you're here telling me you're ready to do the exact opposite. You can stand in the fires. You can stand in the face of other people, 1414 on the timer, telling you their truths left, right, like yelling at each other, right? You can stand in the face of this overbearing energy, whether it's other people or your own internal voices. And it's like being that reed in the wind, right? It bends and therefore it doesn't break. Okay? So it just feels like you're dealing with a lot of conflict energy, a lot of bickering, a lot of fires to put out, potentially some chaos, right? And I mean, if you're dealing with other people who are this way, then the challenge is just, I think, to understand what drives people to be like that in the first place. When people are yelling at each other or talking at each other, just trying to be right rather than collaborate and actually find a win-win solution. I mean, just think about the pain and the fear that people have to be in to do that, right? Okay, so what's the advice? Let's go into some advice and then we'll wrap it up with an oracle card. What's the advice for Aries, please? Four of Pentacles. Okay. Seven of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. Yeah. Yep. Don't let yourself feel pressured or pushed into anything. If somebody's coming at you, telling you you need to make a decision right now, you need to do this right now, or you need to, I don't know what. It's just like I'm just getting this feeling. Don't give in to pressure. Stay connected to your own heart, and if you need to say the words, I'll get back to you on that. Then say it. Give yourself permission to take your time with anything and everything. Don't let people pressure you into making rushed decisions. This is part of being in the feminine. I will not be rushed. I will protect my energy. I will take a step back and take my time if I need to. I will not be blinded by your force. Okay? Protect your energy. Not by lashing out, but just by the way you relate to yourself and what you give yourself permission to do for yourself, right? Okay, one more card here. I'm going to draw from Alice the Wonderland Oracle. Closing message for Aries. Spirit. Closing message for Aries. I really like how this is kind of a continuation of that last reading. Whether it was the last one or the one before, I can't quite remember. Something about being water. Being more fluid. Final closing message for Aries, please, Spirit. Yes. Number 10, follow your own good advice. Trust yourself. You know what's best for you. All right. I think that about speaks for itself, but I'll just quickly read you what the guidebook says. Okay. There are times when we become overwhelmed and begin to feel as if there would be nothing better at all than to collapse, cry, to turn in on ourselves, particularly if we have made an error of judgment. This is understandable, and we must be permitted to express who we are and how we feel. However, once Alice has cried about a seemingly unsolvable situation, about forgetting something very important, she tells herself that continuing to cry will have no use. This stern command to her emotions brings her back to a place where she can contemplate what is best done next. She's giving herself permission to contemplate. Anytime you make an error, it can be helpful to grieve a little for the difficulty you've created, but once you've done this, continuing with the sadness serves no real purpose. It is best to follow Alice's example. Cry, then stop, follow your own good advice and your own good sense. Receiving this card means you know what you need to do. You need to clear, ground, and center yourself so you can contemplate what to do next. I can't even. That's literally what this means. Okay. This card also says that you do know what is best for you and often give yourself excellent advice, but that you don't often follow it. You are being gently advised to settle yourself emotionally, to think through a problem, to stop admonishing yourself, and to follow your good advice to yourself. Perhaps treating yourself like a close friend or a dear child will help you to move calmly forward without criticizing yourself too harshly for the situation you currently find yourself in. You can change this if you follow your own very good sense. There you go. All right, Aries, be sure to check out the journal prompts in the description box. They will help you to take your introspection a layer deeper. I hope that this was helpful, or at least thought-provoking. It was so great to connect with your energy, and I will see you next time. Bye.